You test that apple once, the effect will last a lifetime. But the other ones, they may not be from marine world necessarily, but it's still the same thing to derail you from your destiny. Samson, that was a deliverer, born to set a nation free, born to change the destiny of his generation and deliver the children of Israel from the Midianites. One small girl. There are women so weak, men so weak. You can't see women pass and be normal. And you see him, he's a pastor, he's an elder, he's a deacon. He's called to take over the business world. What the devil is after is your crown, because he knows you have a dominion mandate. He knows that you are the one raised that will create jobs for thousands. That's what he's after. It's not sex that's the issue. He's after your crown, your authority, your scepter, your dominion mandate. That's what he wants. Collect apple in exchange for your destiny. Some people who are giving great ministries, great mandates, they will come and set up the trap. You see how he did it here? Collected Adam's dominion. Because you listened to your wife and abandoned what I told you. Have eaten the tree which I commanded you, saying you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toiling you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Men and women, I want to tell you, if you're toiling in your career, you're toiling in business, it's not the plan of God. That's not authentic life. We're going to tackle it, because we're going to wipe that stuff. I said a change of life in 72 hours. That's not the authentic life. It's not work that is the problem. It's somebody working and there is nothing to show for it. Some even make the money end of the month. Where did the money go? They can't tell you. It's not work. God works. Work is something good, and you should be engaged. The issue is a cost business, a cost ground. Which ground are you tilling? Ministry, business, career, whatever it is. It's toiling and sweating. I want to say it again. Everything the first Adam caused, the second Adam came to reverse it. He did something to reverse these problems. He said, in toiling you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Look at verse 18. Thorns and thistles he shall bring forth for you. You shall eat the herbs of the field. And of course he said, this is what will continue till you go back to the dust. Go on to the next verse. The sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and dust to dust you shall return. Some people have been in that state 20 years now. God sent me your way this weekend to stop it. I said, God sent me your way this weekend to stop it. Just cooperate with God in this 72 hours. You will see. You will thank whatever got connected our parts this weekend. Now, some have been in it 10 years. Some have been in this state 7 years. If you are in the range of 7 down, thank God you have not really. If you see people that have born 40 years in the wilderness, you see a man is 70, he has nothing to show for all the years he spent walking. Not even a plot of land. You see a man, he's 70, he has nothing to show for all his years in business. He's still a tenant at 70. Landlord is still harassing him at 68. You see some of them, they are subjected to all kinds of harassment. Pension line, they will stand in the line. Some faint. The last time they came, about 3 died in Lagos. I read the newspaper, 3 again died in Ibadan. Some of their colleagues were agitated, because if he doesn't get that, that's not the life you're going to live. I said that's not the kind of life you're going to have. if not, it would have been better that Jesus did not come. If this thing was not addressed, then what's the purpose of the cross? If you don't know, that's what the ad idem is, where you diagnose the problem. The cross is where you find the solution. If we are going to solve the problem of Africa, you and I must take poverty seriously and tackle it. See this toiling thing, joblessness, unemployment, poverty. So you will see, you start talking about things like that. You see some people who are going to help to contribute to that scholarship foundation, who will help to advance it, who can even say, give me one person, let me train in secondary school. Give me one person, I'll send this guy to university. Because of purposelessness, wasted living, or spent living, self-centered living, he will come and queue in line, register his name. But there are bright young men who can contribute to the future, but they don't have the means. But because he's been looking for a way to go to UK that he has been looking for since, he sees it as the opportunity. That's the kind of environment you and I find ourselves. So a few of us who have vowed our life to do good find ourselves under extreme pressure. You have too many burden that you can't carry it. Burden that can kill a human being. Part of the reason is that because many have not found their place. Many need to wake up and find their place. Nobody can solve all problems. See, when your pen finishes writing, when it comes to speaking, it takes back seat. It's time for Mike. When Mike finishes, when it comes to dressing, you take the suit. Every one of us has one function or another. One thing you are created to do. You have a purpose. You have a purpose. That purpose is a problem you are created to solve. You see, this sweating and toiling is not part of the deal. It's not part of the deal. Write it down. There are 5 wounds that disfigure men and women from. I'm just going to mention it. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to deal with it in another session and then start applying the solution. There are 5 of them in totality. The first is the father wound. The father wound. I will show you how it works. In some families, it's absentee fatherhood. In so many lives, they never even knew their father. A father has a role to play in the making of a man. If a man steps into manhood without a father, he will not be a healthy man. He will not be a whole man. Something will be wrong until something happens to fill that void. When every young man you see cries and craves for the love of his father and the affirmation of his father. When your father tells you, I love you, when your father tells you, I